I Am the One You've Been Waiting For by Liz Nguyen. Having liked the original movie, I was really excited to see Frozen 2 last year in November. I hoped for an enjoyable story, but I also hoped for a good soundtrack even more. For the first time in forever and Let It Go were my two top Frozen songs since hearing them in 2013. I listen to Disney music much more than I watch the movies anymore, so I love it when songs can inspire the imagination and touch your emotions. Incredibly, I felt more connected to Frozen 2 than I had with other Disney movies in the past. While part of it was because of the plot, spoilers ahead, I believe it's because I could think of God while listening to his songs. The connection first started with the song Into the Unknown, which is sung by Elsa in the first half of the movie. Elsa hears this mysterious voice calling for her from afar, but she tries to ignore it. She wants to stay in her kingdom with her family, Anna, Kristoff, Sven, and Olaf, because she found peace with them at the events of the first movie. However, she still wonders why she was born with ice powers, as if she was meant for something more. The mysterious voice might be her way of finding out, but it would be too risky to follow it into the unknown. Then Elsa shows her vulnerability midway into the song, singing, "Or are you someone out there who's a little bit like me, who knows deep down I'm not where I'm meant to be?" If there was someone who understood our pain and our weaknesses and knows we, as God's children, aren't a part of this fallen world, that would be Jesus. For we do not have a high priest who can't be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but one who has been at all points tempted like we are, yet without sin. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 15. Even more amazingly, you watch Elsa declare to the sky, "Are you out there? Do you know me? Can you feel me? Can you show me?" With every question, she sends a wisp of snow into the air, as if trying to send a message back to the caller. We too question whether God is out there, if he knows us, if he can feel us, if he can show us the way to him. When we feel the goodness of his presence, are we not like Elsa who asked the voice, "Where are you going? Don't leave me alone. How do I follow you? Into the unknown." Elsa's search for the voice felt so much more worthwhile to me after I heard this song. It already topped Let It Go for me, and the movie wasn't even over. So by the time Elsa finally finds out where the call is coming from, she starts singing another song called Show Yourself. The whole first half of Show Yourself defines Elsa's resolve after the questions asked in Into the Unknown. She sings, "Show yourself, I'm dying to meet you. Show yourself, it's your turn. Are you the one I've been looking for all of my life? Show yourself, I'm ready to learn." So many people, including ourselves, want God to show himself to us. There's a point where we're willing to know more about our Creator who loves us so much. So as soon as the music reaches its climax, it is revealed that the voice is Iduna, or rather a recorded memory of Elsa and Anna's mother. And Elsa, in surprise and elation of this reveal, sees another memory of her mother singing to her, "Come my darling, homeward bound." And Elsa responds out loud in grand emotion, "I am found." That line just blew me away, and Elsa's powerful voice definitely had a way of making me tear up at these words. It felt like when Hagar called to God in Genesis chapter 16, "You are a God who sees," when she felt alone and hurt in the wilderness. The only one who truly knows us and our hearts, even more than ourselves, is the Lord Almighty. There's no hiding from him, yet he still chose to love us and die for us, despite our sinfulness. After such a high note, I didn't expect to feel conflicted by the last set of lyrics. Iduna starts singing "Show Yourself" to Elsa, flipping the meaning of these words to her daughter. Show yourself, step into your power, throw yourself into something new. You are the one you've been waiting for all of your life. While it all was a positive message that many people would click with, I wasn't too thrilled to see the song turn into a message of self-empowerment, a theme I've been tiring of seeing lately in movies since it just disregards our dependence on God. I just imagined that if God was singing Iduna's part, he would say, "Show yourself, your light, your saltiness. Step into my power. I am the one you've been waiting for all of your life." When Moses tried to tell God that he couldn't deliver his message because of his poor speech, God didn't tell him that the power was already inside him, nor that it was by his own willpower that could do anything. Yahweh said to him, "Who made man's mouth? Or who makes one mute, or deaf, or seeing, or blind? Isn't it I, Yahweh? Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth, and teach you what you shall speak." Exodus chapter 4, verse 11 to 12. Even when we have the Holy Spirit within us today, all the glory goes to God, not to us. Apart from him, we can do nothing. John chapter 15, verse 5. And we can often misattribute our success to ourselves. The culture around us doesn't help. I can't really blame the song too much since the movie lives within a culture that prioritizes independence and freedom for the individual. When the world promises that we can live in the fullness of ourselves, God promises us just Himself, knowing that we can't even satisfy ourselves, nor protect ourselves, nor save our own souls. Interestingly, the plot of the first Frozen had Elsa running away, cutting away all ties with her kingdom and her sister, since her powers seemed to make reconciliation impossible. But we see at the end that the two sisters still loved each other, and that love ultimately reverses the curse upon the kingdom. The two sisters reconciled and returned to each other's lives again. In the sequel, it sort of ends in reverse. The two sisters end up separated in the last half, briefly reuniting towards the end, and then mutually separating to lead separate kingdoms. Many would say Frozen 2 carries a message of self-discovery and self-love, and I think that kind of message is encouraging in an anxiety-ridden world. However, I'm just thinking a lot about how God's message to us is different than what the world will often and repeatedly say. When Elsa sings, "I have always been so different, no more rules did not apply, is this the day, are you the way, I finally find out why." I'm inclined to remember Jesus saying, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." John chapter 14, verse 6.